In this episode of Route 66 100-year anniversary, we arrive in Kansas and make our way through Texas. We'll have a blend of popular stops and older byways, vintage and abandoned motels and gas stations. We'll end with a stop at Cadillac Ranch midway point to celebrate the halfway point of Route 66, then close out on the New Mexico border. Kansas is the shortest portion of all states in Route 66 with just over 13 miles, but they pack in a lot in those miles. I purposely drove down the state line road that divides the two states. You can see the dividing line in front of me here. The saloon on the right is Missouri, the home on the left is Kansas. We'll stop to take a few photos under the drive-through Route 66 shield, check out the attractions that are reminiscent of the movie Cars. The next block up and on the corner is Cars on Route 66 from the movie Cars, displayed at a 1938 restored Canotech fueling station that includes a gift shop. However, it was closed. Tow Tater seen here was the inspiration of Tow Mater in the movie Cars. Here's Nelson's old Riverton store, whose interior is said to have changed very little since 1925. Remaining on the older alignment, we come to the Rainbow Bridge just a little north of downtown Baxter Springs, Kansas. The Rainbow Bridge was constructed in 1923 and is the only remaining marsh arch bridge on Route 66. In 1992, it would be bypassed by a modern bridge nearby. Just a few miles after crossing into Oklahoma, I come to the community of Commerce, Oklahoma, made famous by Mickey Mantle as his childhood home and where Bonnie and Clyde was involved in a shootout in 1934. More on that in a moment as we come upon a Dairy King. This place has been in continuous operation since 1925, started as a Marathon gas station, later selling software ice cream in 1951. And later after that, ditched the gas operations, started a small restaurant inside that thrives to this day. I picked up a little history over an ice cream cone while inside. So this place was, before it was a Dairy King, so it was a gas station in 1925.
25, yeah.
Wow. So that's what it looks like today. Oh, there it is.
This was in 51, and it was still a gas station. That's when it started selling ice cream too.
1951.
So we had 75 years of soft serve ice cream.
Wow.
And this was a Marathon station here, and then this family bought it from this family bought it in about 1940 from that family.
Did it start as a Marathon station?
It was actually on the ad that I found. It says Independent Service Station.
Okay, Independent Service Station.
Just a second, I'll show you. Independent Service Station, quality, and
look at that phone number,
yeah,
phone 98.
But it was in this 1925 Commerce School Annual.
Wow. Across the street is a 1929 Conoco station, which was converted to a Phillips 66 in 1938. It was rumored that Bonnie and Clyde stopped here for gas, but who knows? Today it only serves as a photo op. Kansas, like I said, packs a lot in these 13 miles on Route 66, and I still miss other stops as well. Up ahead is the childhood home of Mickey Mantle, known locally as the Commerce Comet. Mickey was 3 when he moved here. The sign goes on to say, around 5 or 6, his father pitched to him right-handed and his grandfather pitched to him left, teaching him the fine art of switch hitting. In 1951, he made his major league debut, and the rest, of course, is history. Driving rain continues as I enter into Miami, Oklahoma, nearby. The Coleman Theater is found on the right, built in 1929 and housed 1,600 guests on its opening night. It seems there's been days of nearly non-stop rain and storms. I should get a break in a few more days. Just in time for lunch, I came across Highway Cafe in Veneta, Oklahoma. Seems to be a popular place. Service was quick and the food was great. Muffler Man Big Bill about to cook up something special for us. Inside, this car set a Guinness World Record with over 60,000 stickers on it. The TV screen below it shows the accomplishment in a fast-forward speed. Next door is the Western Motel and yet another Muffler Man called Big Bill. He seems ready to check in. I had to backtrack a little to see this historic Pryor Creek Bridge in Chelsea, Oklahoma. Built in 1926 on the original Route 66 alignment. Just 6 years later, the bridge will be bypassed to intersect with a newer road just east of here. A beautiful piece of history. Oh, and we have more rain. These long road trips wear you down. Add in rain and they can at times be miserable, but yet fun exploring Route 66 at the same time. A long-awaited stop, I'm finally coming into Catoosa, Oklahoma to see the Blue Well. It stands 20 feet high and 80 feet long. Completed in 1972, it's been attracting locals and visitors alike to swim, fish, and picnic. No longer allowed to swim, but they do have this cool new visitor center. Opening day is still a week or more out, so we'll have to see this inside for another time. I heard that the Hard Rock Casino on Route 66 had a mention of Route 66 on the outside wall. I did a drive-by to check it out. You can see it on the right. Up ahead on the right is a Tulsa fire station celebrating Route 66. More vintage motels as we come through Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a special vintage Sinclair gas station on the right. In these next couple blocks in Tulsa, we see some big hitters. Rosie the Riveter on the right, Buck Adams Giant, the famous gold medal sign on top, and Cowboy Bob on the right. Spending the night here would have really been a treat with all the neon, but I had to press on. Later in this episode, you'll see where I had some night shots in Shamrock, Texas. You won't want to miss that. East of Albuquerque, New Mexico is a musical road that is almost wearing out where you can barely hear it. But here in Tulsa is one that is fresh and new. Turning left, I'm eager to hear This Is Your Land. Not sure where it starts? I'm looking for that ribbed highway for it to begin. On the left, you'll see a black strip of road near the middle white lines. I later learned that's where it was installed and was on the eastbound lanes only. It reminds me I must perform deeper research before getting on the road. On the right is Route 66 Neon Park, a must-do if you'll be in the area for the night. Another Route 66 museum, this one a historical village. Oh look, it's raining again. Downtown Sapulpa, Oklahoma, the condition of these old buildings is amazing. I imagine they could film historic movies here with such period-correct buildings for a few blocks. This giant gas pump lets us know that the heart of Route 66 Auto Museum is not hard to find. The next morning found me along Route 66 again as I stayed well north of Oklahoma City to take advantage of hotel points and lower cost. I'm finally glad to see the sun and especially no rain. Couldn't determine if this was an original bridge from the 20s and 30s, but it had the makings of one. Clinton, Oklahoma is home to one of the nicest museums I've seen. A historical walk through time of Route 66 will greet you for a small fee. Here's a small taste of what's inside. In Elk City, Oklahoma, we see drilling rig number 114. It was built in the 1960s, actually to drill holes underground for nuclear bomb tests. It was moved here in 1991 as a tourist stop. On the opposite side of town is the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum. There are entire buildings showing the museum indoor and out. There's even a walkthrough of all 8 states. It was quite impressive. However, technology got the better of me that day and I lost some of my morning video footage. Fortunately, I took these photos to show some of the highlights. Overall, it was a great museum and would recommend. An old Ford club was making their way through Oklahoma and Texas. There were a lot of them. Here you can sit inside an old vintage car and enjoy a drive-in movie inside the museum. A portion of the walkable part is through the 8 states. I felt like this old photo seen in the museum made me feel like I was taken back in time. Finally making my way into the great state of Texas, we're now headed to the Shamrock where I'll stay for the night. But first, we'll see the Conoco gas station in daylight, and then later with its neon displayed at night. The visitor center here was closed, but right behind me is the U Drop In, and it was open. While the menu did look great, I was here for the ice cream, having just finished dinner in my room. I'm gonna have one of those right there. Remember those old Fords earlier in the episode? Many of them showed up here in Shamrock for a fun night at the Conoco station. I can actually hear, see, and smell from these vintage cars what it must have felt like living those times decades ago. The next morning, I'm back on the older alignment that parallels Interstate 40, then stopping briefly in McLean, Texas, at the Texas Motel. It's a long abandoned place, but back in the 1950s, it was known as the Dixie Motel. Further down, I see the old rattlesnake signs on the right. It's an old relic that was moved here from Layla, Texas in 2007. Devil's Rope Museum was on the left and open. However, with so many stops, I need to pick and choose which ones I like. I have to also make it to the airport in Amarillo, Texas to pick up my friend Kevin, so he can experience the southwest portions of Route 66. The Leaning Water Tower in Groom, Texas was a popular roadside attraction since the 1980s, installed by Ralph Britton as a marketing stunt to draw in traffic to his truck stop that is now long since gone. From this angle, it doesn't appear to lean too awfully bad, but change your perspective, well, the published 5-degree slant looks more interesting. Finally at the airport to pick up Kevin, my sidekick for the next week. Now on to the Slugbug Ranch. The Slugbug Ranch is a collection of slug bugs, or Volkswagens, in limos. It was originally in Conway, Texas, and it was moved here just in front of the Big Texan RV Ranch in Amarillo. Leaving the Slugbug Ranch, here's a quick look on the left at the Big Texan RV. Well, it's time for an early dinner at the Big Texan. Yes, I know it's a touristy place, but a good one when one is on the Route 66 drive. And here I was able to get a video of a real Big Texan. Give us a yeehaw. Yeehaw! Lots of suites and even a shooting gallery. We were called to our table. While we ate, we were watching several try their hand at eating the 72-ounce steak challenge, and all the fixins too. 2 of them made it, and the other 2, well, they had to pay up. I think Kevin's feeling like he should be a contender on the Big Texan meal. Another giant here in Amarillo is the Second Amendment Cowboy. Now we're on to Cadillac Ranch that's just a stone's throw down the road. For an early evening on a Saturday, it wasn't crowded at all. Coming into Vega, Texas, this will be our final stop for today. We booked a room, what is called the Route 66 Desert Rose. The new owners are still working on updating the sign. It was a great place at an excellent price. A husband and wife team runs it with free coffee and homemade muffins in the morning. She even threw in treat bags for us to have on the road. Great experience. This gentleman from Louisiana is a bona fide alligator hunter. Crazy stories, and all true. We headed over to the small town square for a homemade pie at Mama Joe's, but they were closed. I looked around and found an old filling station, a museum, and the world's largest branding iron. Where else would I expect it? From Texas. We're in Vega, Texas, and we found a windmill blade that you can walk inside of. So let's go take a look at this thing. I don't know how many boats there are, but I hear it's a crazy amount. 26,000 pounds. It's got a placard right here. 26,000 pounds, $225,000 at a length of 125 feet. Awesome. And we're here at a Harvest Host location, so for the RVers out there, know that you can stay here. We are just helping a couple with their solar panels on top of the rig over here. We're Bengals fans and he's a Steelers fan, but the guy's Navy, so. Next morning, we're up and headed to the midway point of Route 66 in Adrian, Texas. So great to see nothing but blue skies after being in rain and storms for the better part of 5 days. The Midway Cafe and next door gift shop greets us. The owners of the gift shop, we learn, were from Ohio, our home state.
Wait till she sees the kitties.
I know. You want to see the kids in the back?
Our last stop for this episode is right at the Texas-New Mexico border. This portion of Route 66 becomes dirt from Glen Rio, Texas to San John, New Mexico, a distance of about 15 miles. We hope you join us in the next one when we explore New Mexico and Arizona. You won't want to miss it.
All day. Neon signs pointing west. I'm chasing the sunset, doing my best. No GPS, no map app, just a paper map and a full gas tank. No schedule.